and thank you for tuning in again to the Galactic News. Today we are covering the so-called rebels who are rising up against the Empire. While these rebels have maintained a decent-sized fleet and have controlled many planets under their rebellious control, the Empire has waged a battle, or as some is calling it, a civil war against the so-called rebels. The Empire's might has been dwindling as of late, as some planets have given in to the rebels and their sympathetic cause against the Empire. While the Empire is still continuing its push to eradicate these so-called rebels, people are wondering what will happen. The rebels, as of late, have conquered many of planets that were once under Empire control, and as more and more planets continue to fall under the rebel control, people are still questioning who is really right. Today we're going to take a closer look at what is really happening here on the front lines. As we can see, the Empire has gathered a very strong force to try and push back these rebels. However, with the control of many planets, the rebels have gotten their hands on many vast numbers of ships, trying to push back against the Empire, and have been doing a wonderful job at it. We're going to go to one of our local spokesmen, who is a liaison for the Galactic Empire. Torg, how are you today?
I'm doing just fine. I'm here to assure the people of the Empire that we are not losing control over any of our systems or planets. Anyone who is here to hold or harbor any rebels in their hands or custodies will be served the maximum penalty there is to be given by the Empire. The Empire is strong as ever, and with our fierce Emperor, we are not going to lose against such a radicalist group who have been trying to cause chaos and confusion among the Empire ranks.
Well, that is very interesting. We have word that they do have a number of planets under control. What has the Empire been doing about that?
Well, the Empire has been launching massive counterattacks against the Empire, or against the rebels, with the help of the allying planets that we have. We have been able to make a very strong headway. The rebels are, like I said, a very radicalist group. They don't have a really strong leadership, so the Empire has eradicated them with sufficient speed. I can assure everybody out there in the galaxy that the Empire is in control of the situation at hand.
That's very interesting. But we have word that the Empire is dwindling as far as credits and resources, and with some of the major planets being lost to the Empire, what are your thoughts and about the ongoing so-called civil war?
I can assure you the Empire is as strong as ever. Make no mistake about that. The Empire is still in control, and we are serving the proper justice to these rebels. They have taken planet unwillingly and by force, and have sent out word that the Empire is this evil and cruel thing. I can assure you that the Empire is here to serve nothing but the absolute justice and right way of living, as our Emperor has previously declared in lesser years of the start of the Empire, after the Jedi scum betrayed the Republic.
Yes, that's very interesting. So, can you go into details about the strategism and whatnot of what is happening on these planets?
Well, unfortunately, due to this is an ongoing situation, we can't devolve any plans that the Empire is dishing out, but we are sending out fleets at a time to take back some areas at a time. We have made very strong headways in eliminating these rebellious fools, and we are continuing this assault until all of them are eradicated from the face of the galaxy, because we cannot have such radicalist, vicious animals out there wreaking havoc.
Very interesting indeed. The Empire have launched many counter strikes, as you've mentioned. What are the losses on both sides? Do you know?
Well, we know for every victory that the Empire wins, it is a devastating blow to the rebellion, because they are they're a rebellion group. They don't have the number of resources that the Galactic Empire has at our disposal, and our faithful planets and individuals who are dedicated to the cause to eradicate these people. So the Empire is still as strong as ever. I can assure you that. Trust me, they're wonderful. So we are conducting many logistical aspects of it to make sure it does not impact too much of the civilian populace, as these rebels clearly do not care we're causing such mayhem and chaotic losses to civilian life by interfering with the way of living of local people.
Yes, because most of these planets that have been lost, there has been casualties.
Well, yes, there will always be casualties of war. Unfortunately, that's just the way the game is played. However, those who are proving loyalty to the Empire will be treated and rewarded justly for their cause and dedication to the Empire.
Yes, wonderful. Of course, no one would, willingly go against the Empire. That is foolish. But it is quite remarkable how much of a effort that these rebels are putting up against the Empire.
Well, it is not that substantial, I can assure you. We've analyzed the threat of them and are reacting appropriately. We unfortunately have lost many good men and women to these radicalist dogs, but I assure you we will get back to them tenfold for everyone we've lost. It just goes to show just how far these rebels are willing to go to cause mass chaos and death in their wake in the name of justice, so they call it in their propaganda that have been spreading across the galaxy.
Oh yes, of course. But surely the Empire's worry about the massive fleets that have been reported going throughout the galaxy, and how it seems the Empire has not massed a huge fleet to really counteract it. Some reports have been saying that the Empire is struggling to keep up with the fleets that are being sent out.
That is just appalling. I will have heads rolling for such treasonous talk. The Empire is as strong as it has ever been. I can assure you that we are not giving up or letting anything go. The Empire is strong, and we are massing as much fleets as we can to counteract these rebellion fools. It is all under control, I assure you.
No, but the reports have been coming in that fleets have been lost due to many failed attacks against these rebels. How is that possible?
There has been some losses, as there are in war. The saying that used to be you could lose battle but win the war. I assure you that is what the Empire is doing. There are a few counteroffensive we have mastered that just have involved our fleets to retreat, to gather back and come back and eradicate all forces. I assure you, I will not have such talk about the Empire and its mighty fleet.
Oh, of course, no disrespect was supposed to be given in that. It is just for the assurance of the viewers here for Galactic News.
Of course, I understand. The Empire is still in control of everything.
Well, thank you very much. Now, the question is on all of our minds, of course, is what is next for the Empire? What is going to happen once or if the rebellion is wiped out?
when, I can assure you, when the rebels are eradicated, we will go back to our normal ways of living. I can assure that, where it's a firm grasp of the empire around the galaxy and its security and hope throughout the stars. I can assure that. This is just a minor hiccup, if you will, from remnants of the sympathetic past of the Clone Wars during that time. And now with the new galactic empire taking hold, people, of course, are going to revolt and fight back with something they don't agree. But I will assure you that the empire will continue on well past this little dispute.
Of course, that's wonderful to hear. I'm sure many viewers out there can be at rest with that as well. Well, thank you so much for your time, Ambassador, and I appreciate your words to our viewers to give us hope in this time of confusion and turmoil.
Oh, yes, of course. The Empire is here to assure peace and safekeeping to all that are out there. And if you have any words of rebellion in your areas, I do highly recommend contacting your nearest empiric areas to local authorities to help eradicate the cause.
Well, thank you very much for your times. This is Tiwaknak on Galaxy News, and we'll get back to you with further development that have been going on across the galaxies.